There comes a point that you kind of see as a milestone, a turning point, and this is mine. Well, a warm welcome to the show to Millie, the furry. Hello, Millie.
Hello.
And are you a fox? A fox?
I'm actually a lynx. I'm a cat.
You're a lynx and a cat. A lynx cat. Okay. And do you think you actually are a lynx cat?
No. I am a human.
Okay, well that's a good start. How often do you dress like this?
I usually dress more for conventions. I also have a TikTok and Instagram, and so I do stuff on there as well.
Okay.
So it's not an everyday wear for sure.
Okay. And why do you like dressing like this?
It's just fun. It's a freedom of expression.
Okay.
I found interest in it when I was like 13, actually, when I was a kid, because I have a younger sister who's special needs, and we went to a convention, and somebody in a fursuit actually took the time, acknowledged her, and that's really important to me, and I saw how much she loved it. Yeah. So I knew something that I want to do.
Okay. And do you mind if I ask, very ungentlemanly, to ask a lady this, a female lynx, how old you are?
I'm 24.
24. And do you have lots of furry friends? Sorry.
I mean, I have a few here and there. I'm actually relatively antisocial. Okay. So.
but when you do get together with your furry friends, what do you get up to? What do you do?
I mean, we mostly just go to conventions and hang out, run around in the giant fluffy costumes, play games, go out, do some photos just for fun.
And frolic. Yeah, you frolic.
Yeah, frolic. Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, do you mind if I ask you, Millie, how much your costume would cost? Or how much it did cost?
I mean, it really just depends on who you commission for your fursuit or if you make it yourself. This suit in particular was probably around $2,600.
$2,600. You're from the States originally, are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Which part of America, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm in Washington.
Are you in Washington now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so we've gone stateside. Listen, Millie, let me ask you this. We've just been doing a proper report on this, and the reason I'm doing this, there is a serious reason. The Children's Society here in Britain yesterday released a report in which it said that children who identify as animals, some of them in a very extreme way, who go around on all fours, never take their costumes off, eat out of bowls on the floor, that we should be sympathetic to them, that we should indulge them. A lot of people say that you shouldn't. That perhaps they should be told that, and they come to the point. There's a kind of furry called a therian that actually do believe that they are animals. Now, if that's a kid, well, even if you're an adult and you actually believe you're an animal, that's not true. If you're a kid, I think you should be quite seriously told you're not an animal. Would you agree with that?
I mean, there's definitely a difference with the furries and the therians. I think what the therians do is different and unique. It's definitely not for me. I'd rather be a human just as a cat.
But wouldn't you? I'm not asking you to denounce therians, but wouldn't you say that if they genuinely believe they're a fox or a cat or a rabbit, that they've got mental health issues?
I mean, there could be some trauma behind why they're doing what they're doing, and they definitely could use some help, but everyone deals with their trauma in a different way.
Well, what would it be like if, in terms of help, if I sort of went up to a therian as thought it was a rabbit and said, "You're not a rabbit, you're a human being"? I mean, how would they take that? They wouldn't like it, no?
I mean, I'm not 100% sure how they would take it. So.
Listen, I've got to ask you this. You seem like a nice person, and I sort of get it, particularly when you're talking about your sister. For you, I think being a furry is a bit of fun, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
But there are lots of reports also that talk about the sinister side of furryism, if I can put it that way. That there is a sexual element to this. There's a pornographic element to it, a kind of sex cult. And that a lot of people, or some of the people who dress up as animals, it's a sex thing. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with that, whatever gets you through the night kind of thing, as long as you don't harm anyone else. But there is this accusation, this suggestion that by letting kids get into the furry thing, they're being drawn into a kind of adult sex cult, and therefore it sexualizes them. What would you say to that?
I definitely don't think that's true. The fandom's extremely welcoming to everybody, and there is obviously an adult side to every fandom. I mean, you can look at the anime community and the comic community. It's in every fandom. Yeah. But I feel like we've done relatively good in our community to keep the children away from that side of the fandom, because we really do care about them and we want them to feel safe and welcomed to the best of our ability.
Okay, so you're in Washington now, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, well, I just have to ask you, what do you think of the Trump presidency?
I'm not getting into politics.
Well, I just want to ask you, does Donald Trump, have the support of the Lynx community? Would Lynxes vote for Trump, do you think?
I would say probably 90% of the furry community isn't very happy with him. So
yeah, I get that feeling. One last question, again, a more serious question. It's very nice for you to come on, Millie, and genuinely great to talk to you. The suggestion that furryism and furrianism is connected to. So this report from the Children's Society here in Britain yesterday said that 1 in 8 kids who identify as animals also identify as trans or non-binary. Would you recognise that association? Kids who identify as animals, or at least 1 in 8 of them, which is way above the normal ratio, believe that they're trans or non-binary. Do you recognise that connection?
I guess it's not really a connection. I just know that our community is very welcoming to everybody, including the LGBTQ plus community. And so they find a safe place here. So it just happens to fall in line that way.
Well, listen, Millie, well, keep in touch. Great to talk to you. It really was. Thank you very much for your time. Well, there you go. That was Millie, the furry, in Washington. I don't know what to say. Let's go to break. We'll come back in a minute.